What's up, YouTube? What's up? What's up? What's up with y'all guys and gals out there? Yeah. It's your boy Purpose in Action coming at you once again. I'm live and in action. I had to drop another video for y'all. You know, it's been a while. It's been a good little minute. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This what the hold up been. I'm gonna tell you. I had these bugs, man. You see, I'm out in the country, as you can see. I'm home. I'm out in the country, so loving it. Yeah, loving it. But I had like 20 topics, like very solid, like just knowledgeable topics, jotted down, and some of my bullet points that I wanted to cover on those topics. It's kind of how I operate, like when I'm driving, when I'm thinking, when I'm going. You know, I'm constantly thinking. So when I come across a good idea for a video, you know, I jot it down, or these bugs, they're like crazy. I jot it down, or I save it in my phone. But my phone just went kaput, like it just died and it never charged up again. So I lost those notes. I thought I had them backed up. I thought I had them saved. I didn't. So those notes I had made of those potential videos, they were all gone. It's kind of deflating. It kind of discouraged me a little bit, because I was like, man, like I had some golden stuff, you know, like I had some real knowledge, like some real stuff I wanted to hit you all with, and just some different perspectives to bring, you know, to my audience and to the world. And it was just gone, poof, like that. It was just gone. You know, technology is it's crazy, and we depend on technology so much. Just another example of how you can be just messed over depending on technology, you know. So now I've gotten into the habit of actually writing things down, you know, writing them down and going as far as keeping them in a fireproof safe, you know. That way, if, you know, a fire breaks out at the end of the day, you know, it's still safe, you know. So, but anyway, as y'all can see, I'm out in the country. I'm on my four-wheeler. I'm making videos for my, like my four-wheeler or whatever. I got a nice, really nice four-wheeler. It's like a 2018 XP 1000 Sportsman. So this is what I like to do. I'm country. I grew up country. I grew up riding four-wheelers and mud riding and all of that. So, you know, trail riding, whatever. It's a part of it for me, you know. But let me cut to the chase. This video is about, you know, I thought about it the other day. It's crazy how a lot of people think, you know, what other people, what companies deem is enough money for them, and what society deem is enough money is enough money. At the end of the day, it's not true. It's just not true. Okay. And I'm going to tell you how it's not true. If you could find me, let's just say in the state of Mississippi, find me 1,000 people. Okay. I'll take the whole population of Mississippi. Find me 1,000 people that can comfortably live on minimum wage. Okay. And when I say comfortably, I mean they can pay their rent or mortgage. They can pay their car note, because you need a car. You know, you need a house. You need somewhere to live. They can pay their rent or mortgage. They can pay their car note. They can buy food, you know, the proper amount of food for the food pyramid that they say, oh, this is what you're supposed to eat. They can eat a healthy, well-balanced diet, you know, a healthy, well-balanced diet. They can pay their rent or mortgage, and they can pay for their car. Now, this not including insurance and you know, everything else. Well, they say gas getting to and from work. So find me 1,000 people that can live off of minimum wage, paying for housing, transportation, gas for the transportation, and food. We're not talking about insurance, you know, any other bills or any of that. cable, light, water, none of that. We're just talking about housing, transportation, and housing, transportation, and food. Okay, here's the thing. You probably won't find 1,000 people that can pay all of those bills, which are pretty much essential, and still be all right. Okay? Well, here's the problem. The issue is that you have these millionaires, these billionaires, and you have these corporations and these big companies, right? And they have so much money and so much influence on our politicians and on, just so much that goes on that like people don't even understand it. They have a lot of influence. So if you have a multi-billion dollar corporation, they got lobbyists out here. They're paying people to go out and push their agenda and lobby for them. They're paying off politicians. They're in the politicians' pockets. There are these different companies that or government agencies that set up these statistics and kind of set the bar for what's really what. If you think about it, it's so easy for these entities to be bought off. So you have these people telling you, okay, this is minimum wage. This is what a company has to pay you in order for you to make a living in life, period. When it's really not true. How can I live off of, I'm in Mississippi. It's in minimum wage is the same in a lot of places. It's different in some places. But how can I live off of $7.25 an hour? Like, let me take my shades off and I'm leaving them. How can I do that? How can I live off of $7.25 an hour? It's almost impossible. Without government assistance. But a lot of people complain about government assistance. Oh, these, all this. But minimum wage is $7.25. All right. But it is what it is. It's the bar. They set the bar really low. To the point of where when people make $15, $16 an hour, in their mind, I'm making good money. They think they're making good money. These bugs. Yeah. They think they're making good money. You're not really making good money. You're making like okay money. Like all right money. All right. So let me translate this to trucking. Truckers are basically making the same thing they were making 20 to 30 years ago. Right? Yeah, that's scary. The same thing. I was looking at some inflation numbers. The American dollar has lost, it's been consistently losing value since like the 30s, basically like the 30s or the 40s, I can't remember. I was researching it, but it's been consistently losing value. So the point, let's just say it's 2018, let's just say 1988. From 1988 to now, the truckers' pay is almost the same. It has not went up drastically. It's not keeping up with, the value of the dollar and the cost of living and all that. So we're to a point in the trucking industry to where truckers are getting paid less for pretty much the same work, pretty much the same work. And it's troubling. It is. So think about it, y'all. Why would you allow a government entity or a company, anybody to determine what you should be making or what your worth is, in terms of what your income is? It don't make sense. It don't make much sense at all. It don't. The way I see it, go out, find a way to determine your own income. Find a way to determine your own income, because at that point, it's a whole different ball game. It's an entirely different level. Don't let these companies and these corporations, these billionaires and these big trucking companies determine what you're worth. Because that's what they're going to do. They're going to say, oh, for this job we pay 35 cents a mile. Solo, over the road. That don't add up. Oh, for this job we paid 38 cents a mile, solo, over the road. That don't quite add up. It don't, you know. So this is my advice to everyone in the trucking industry. When you come out, get your experience. You got to pay your dues. Anybody will tell you that, you know, and to do it the right way. Come out, pay your dues. Work for a company. You might make, you know, sub 40 cents per mile. You know, you may make 40% per mile within that first year. Within your first year, expect to make anywhere from $40. I mean, not $40. 40 cents per mile or less within your first year, just as a company driver. It's still okay money. It's still all right money. It's better money than, you know, what you would get working a lot of other places. But it's technically not what you should be getting. But you're in your first year. Pay your dues. Come on, pay your dues. All right. After you pay your dues and you get your experience, find a way to maximize your income. Okay? Whether you go owner operator or you decide to go company. All right? Find a way to make as much money as you can possibly make, because at the end of the day, we all are underpaid. We all are underpaid. Period. Owner operators are underpaid. Company drivers are underpaid. We're all underpaid. Okay? Because if you look at the trend, okay, 30 years ago, truck drivers were basically making what we're making now. Basically. So if you take that into account, we're underpaid. Okay, so don't go for it. So if you're in this industry, the money can be very good compared to what a lot of other professions pay. Right? It can be very good compared to a lot of other professions pay. But within this profession, find a way to make as much money as you possibly can, because we're still underpaid. Period. Okay? So these bugs are like ridiculous. Like, I'm home. Like, I just killed a bug by mistake on my forehead. But I'm home. I said we're home, but I'm home, and these bugs are ridiculous out in the country. Then this grass hadn't been cut. I could probably see it. Let me see. Yeah. Hold on, wait. Get a better look. Yeah, there you go. Grass ain't been cut. So, yeah. But yeah, do that, y'all. And that's the truth about pay in the trucking industry. The pay is basically what it was 20 to 30 years ago. Basically. It hasn't changed much. It's just went up some. It's went up some, you know. But overall, the pay hasn't kept up with everything else. So if you're in the trucking industry, it's still worth coming into. It is. You know, you can make life-changing money depending on where you're coming from. You know, you can make life-changing money. You can become an owner-operator and make 7, 8, 9, 10,000 a week. You know, depending on what you're doing. 4, 3, 4, 5,000 a week, depending on what you're doing as an owner operator. That's life-changing money, you know. But even as a company driver, you can make life-changing money, you know. So be wary of that, y'all. That's the truth about pay in the trucking industry. You can make really good money, but you're still underpaid, you know. Man, hold on, somebody pulling up. Yeah, I don't know who that is, but anyway, I'm gonna cut this video short, y'all. I got some more video to hit y'all with, so I don't know who that is. Just wave at them like I wave at everybody that come by my house or come by where I'm at out here. But yeah, y'all. Be easy. I'm gonna hit y'all some more videos. I'm gonna start cranking it back up. I just gotta build my steam back up because I lost all my videos. I mean, my ideas and stuff on what I was gonna drop. That kind of sucks, but keep that in mind, y'all. You know, don't let somebody else determine what you're worth. you know, because at the end of the day, these politicians, these government agencies, these research companies, all of these people are paid off by billionaires. They're paid off by big companies. And it's their job to sit back and find a way to be as profitable as possible. Okay? And guess what's the best way to be profitable is to short the little man, which is us, the average people, the everyday people. Pay them as less as possible. Give them, you know, minimal benefits. You know, give them the short end of the stick. As working American citizens, it's our job to get the short end of the stick. You know, they want to feed us as little as possible while they sit back and get richer and richer. Okay? So keep that in mind. Don't settle for minimum wage. Don't settle for a little bit more than minimum wage. Don't settle for anything. Get as much as you can possibly get within your means. Period. If you do that in life, you'll probably end up being happy. I'm just saying. Don't settle for anything. Get as much as you possibly and reasonably can within your means. Okay, y'all? All right. So these bugs are bugging me. I'm about to crank this fold up and get to rolling. And go home and hang out indoors, probably watch the game. But yeah, y'all, be easy. I appreciate y'all for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. You got any questions, hit me up. I'm gonna start dropping my number off because I don't do well with emails. I found that out. I'm gonna start dropping my number off. So in the meantime, if you got any questions, hit me up, y'all. I'm not that hard to reach. But be easy, y'all. Peace.